My name is Ross Merrill, and I'm the HR and Safety Manager for Myers Motor Transportation. I have been in the industry for 30 years, and I've worked as a local, regional, and OTR driver in both semis, expediting sprinter vans, and straight trucks. I have owned my own trucking company and have worked in safety compliance and training and HR for the last 20 years. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about the day in the life of a truck driver and what you can expect. If you're considering becoming a truck driver or are simply curious about the profession, you are probably wondering what life of a truck driver on the road is like. Although the profession itself is critical to our modern society by facilitating the efficient movement of goods, very few people take the time to think about what the job is like. While the open road may appeal to you, trucking does have its challenges, and that include long hours of service, time away from home, and difficulty assessing healthy food. If you observe a truck driver, you'll quickly learn that most of them like to get an early start. You can expect to get up and get on the road anywhere between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., although the actual time will depend on the specific driver and the requirements of the job and when your deliveries are due. Drivers, you typically will check the weather and route conditions before getting on the road, and do an inspection of the truck, and completion of any required logs will also be done prior to getting on the road. Now, once you're on the road, truck drivers are often held to a tight schedule. This means that truck drivers must stay constantly alert for potential delays, such as slow vehicles and accidents. Some things such as dangerous weather and equipment failure are outside of your control. But there is an expectation that the delivery will be made according to the schedule. So truck drivers must make every effort to get their shipments to their destinations on time. Carriers aren't the only ones with an interest in how long truck drivers spend on the road. Federal regulations limit the amount of time a driver can be on the road to 11 hours. This places further pressure on you as a truck driver to complete their route in a limited window. Taken together, a day in the life of a truck driver can be challenging. Truck drivers typically have a long workday that starts early and ends late. In the middle, you are on the road most of the time, up to a maximum of 11 hours a day. Your workday consists of tight schedules that must be met with an ever-present risk of delay due to a variety of events. Throughout their day, truck drivers must maintain a constant state of awareness. Because most truck drivers are paid for the time they're actually driving, there is constant pressure to get back on the road when you do take a break. A day in the life of the truck driver is also a largely solitary day. Drivers spend most of their day alone without other human interaction. Most truck drivers connect with their family when they're on a break for meals. Although the life of a truck driver can be challenging, there are some great benefits associated with the profession. Truck driving remains one of the best paying professions for non-college educated individuals and has a relatively low barrier to entry for most. While wage growth for truck drivers has lagged behind other industries in the past 2 decades, employers are beginning to steadily increase wages in an effort to retain current employees and entice new people to enter the field amid a critical driver shortage. Right now, the industry expects that we will be down in 2022, 23% of drivers that are needed will not be filled. We in a desperate need for drivers. We also have the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse that went into play in 2018 and has eliminated over 60,000 drivers on the program. And what that is if you test positive for any drug use or alcohol use while on duty, you are entered into the registry. You have to go through a substance abuse program, which takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. Then you have to go through a return to duty certification. And the typical cost for this, and it comes out of the driver's pocket, is around $1,000. So it's very important that you don't use any kind of drugs, including marijuana or CBD products at all, in order to make sure that you can maintain your position within the industry. So on top of this, you know, many carriers are addressing some of the most difficult aspects of the job in order to make it more palatable for you. This includes being better routing to keep drivers closer to home and more flexible delivery and pickup windows. There are also pros and cons to every profession, and driving trucks is no exception. Still, understanding the daily life of a trucker informs both those aspiring to be a truck driver as well as the rest of us that rely on their hard work every day. Livable wage. Right now, for company drivers, local drivers range between $768 and $1,200 a week, between $46,000 and $55,000 a year. Regional and OTR drivers range between $1,250 and $1,875 a week, between $60,000 and $90,000 a year. This is the average. Some companies are higher. They also offer sign-on bonuses to have you come on board. Also, some companies will also pay for training if you need training. If you don't have a CDL and you need to get a CDL, you can sign on with some of the larger carriers and they will pay for your training with a time commitment, meaning anywhere between 1 to 3 years you must work for the company as a company driver. Local versus regional or OTR positions. Local drivers are home every night and typically work an 8 to 10 hour shift, driving no more than 700 miles total for the whole day. An average is around 400 miles round trip. Most local companies offer weekends and major holidays off. Regional drivers are typically on the road 24 to 36 hours at a time, home every other day, and depending on the company, having weekends and major holidays off. Over-the-road drivers typically stay out from 1 to 4 weeks at a time. Typically, drivers working 1 week at a time are home weekends. Drivers from 2 to 4 weeks are typically home anywhere from 3 to 7 days, depending on the company. And most OTR drivers work on major holidays, but it is dependent upon the company that they work for. So you can see it's a unique industry. You can definitely have a good income within the industry itself. However, what you should know is right now there is a severe driver shortage. We desperately need drivers. So during this event, please go ahead and fill out your applications. Find the company that's right for you. Find what you're looking for. Look at the benefits. Look at all the offerings. And if everything works out for you, we will be more than welcome to have you in our industry. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, you can email me at Ross, ROSSM, at MyersMotor.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have directly. Thank you. Have a great day.